Hello, everyone. I've been waiting for half a month to see if there would be any new heroes for a tier list, but since none have been released, I'll go ahead and make the August tier list for DC Dark Legion. If a new hero happens to be released this month, I'll add them in next month's tier list. Compared to the July tier list, this month we do have two new assassins, so that can be considered fresh additions already. There are also some small changes this month after many battles and a deeper analysis of the hero's skills. So make sure to watch until the end of the video to see all the updates. You can also check out the July tier list to see exactly what has changed, since sometimes in this video I might get carried away with the analysis and forget to mention the differences from July. And yes, we still have the giveaway program running. Tomorrow, I'll start the lottery draw for the last two videos to pick the lucky winners. Now, let's get into the main video. In August, there are no new heroes and Tier D remains the same. However, after taking a closer look at Black Canary's skill, I think she might actually be useful. For example, when Wonder Woman uses her ultimate,
No
it
one
only
can
stuns the
withstand Black
opponent for 2
Canary, try.
seconds, but even that already gives the team a big advantage. Meanwhile, Black Canary prevents the opponent from using any skills for 6 seconds, 3 times longer than Wonder Woman. This could give you the chance to use your ultimate before your opponent. Of course, the opponent can still perform basic attacks during that time. I believe if she reaches higher blue star levels, she could be much stronger. Once I've had more chances to actually use her in battle, I might rank her higher. As for Stargirl, until
I'm ready
now
for
I
another
only
mission.
focused on her ability to remove debuffs, but she can also help teammates reduce the DMG they take. Still, I can't change her ranking for now, since I haven't seen anyone win PvP matches with her. Adam, on the other hand, is used much more often, and he can even be quite annoying to face in the simulator. Even so, I can't adjust their tier rankings
Let me
yet,
make some
because
quick
there are still
calculations.
many other heroes who are stronger. In Tier C, there's a small change. I've lowered Two-Face's ranking. I realize that Two-Face isn't really strong in PvP because PvP requires fast victory, while Two-Face needs
Ooh, can't
time to
tackle
stack his
this.
debuff that
Both.
lowers the opponent's spiritual defense. In PvP, usually just one ultimate can decide the match, but Two-Face needs up to 5 ultimates to maximize his team's benefit. Previously, I ranked him higher because only 2 heroes in the game could reduce the opponent's spiritual defense. But later, I found that he's no longer suitable for PvP, and Scarecrow is simply the better option
You
to
need
handle that
something
role.
scary.
However, you can still use
That's
Two-Face in
creepy.
PvE, where battles last longer and he can become more useful there. Among the others in Tier C, there are Red Hood and Vixen. I often use them, but mainly in the simulator since they're too easy to defeat and not very reliable in PvP. I do use Vixen in PvP more often, and while she still gets taken down
I
quickly,
like the
her ability to
smoke.
give an early attack boost to your strongest teammate can be very helpful. That said, I can't rank her higher because my results come from using her at higher blue star levels. I'm pretty sure that if other heroes reach the same high star level, they would be stronger than her. Um, in Tier B, 2 heroes have dropped in rank, Hawkgirl and Martian Manhunter. If you've seen my video about the top 10 warriors, you'll understand why I lowered them. Honestly, I don't see their usefulness in any battles, whether it's in Darkest Timeline or regular PvE. Even when they
This is a
appear as my
club of
opponents in certain
monsters.
modes, they don't feel threatening at all. That being
I love
said, I
meeting
still rank
people
them higher than
face
the
to
lower
face.
tiers because at least they are limited heroes. In particular, I still don't fully understand how Martian Manhunter fights. I've tested him many times in Darkest
This
Timeline,
is
but
a
his role
club
still
full
isn't
of
clear to me.
monsters.
My guess is that he might help counter AoE DMG dealers like Constantine, Red Hood, Supergirl, and others. If any of you have used him effectively and found him helpful, let me know so that maybe next month I can raise his rank, because if he really can counter Constantine, he would be extremely valuable in my server, where Constantine is everywhere. As for Hawkgirl, I'm pretty sure her rank won't change anymore. She won't go higher or lower unless the devs give her
I
a
love
buff,
meeting
or
people
if a super
face
strong
to
hero from the
face.
Birds of Prey faction gets released. Tier A welcomes 2 heroes, Shazam and Ra's al Ghul. Shazam makes his return to Tier A because he's still a solid tanker and a hero that many players find annoying to deal with.
Shazam
He's
to
also
the
free, easy to
rescue!
star up, and you can buy his shards in the League shop. His ability to absorb DMG from all five opponents gives his team a huge advantage to go on the offensive. With the rise of the Superman family and the Assassin Alliance faction, Shazam becomes an even better option to soak up DMG and give teammates more chances to survive. I can't help but wonder what would happen if Shazam is paired with Ra's al Ghul. I don't have Ra's al Ghul yet to test this combo, but normally when all teammates are defeated, Shazam
Enemies
can't
come and
revive.
go.
However, Ra's al
Fire
Ghul
me!
revives when his entire team is wiped out. Could Ra's al Ghul somehow extend the time for Shazam to revive as well? That's just a theory I haven't been able to test. Now, about Ra's al Ghul, why
Shazam
didn't I
to the
rank him higher, like
rescue!
S or SS? In terms of DMG, he's definitely strong. He can buff his own
Enemies come
attack
and
and even
go.
choose his target, which is a big
Fire
advantage.
me!
But his drawback is that he can't attack the hero in the middle slot. If the middle hero is too strong, Raz can't create momentum for the team. I also can't say for sure if he can take down enemies faster than Deathstroke, but I do think Deathstroke has more precise targeting than him. Overall, to make Raz Al Ghul strong, you'll need to invest quite a lot in him. That's why I believe Tier A is the most fitting spot for him right now. Moving on to Tier S, we have Nightwing dropping down from Tier SS, and Talia Al Ghul newly added to the rankings. Nightwing is strong, no doubt, but recently I've faced many opponents
I've got
using him,
this.
and I noticed that he doesn't always hit the right target. Most of the time, he attacks the hero with the lowest HP. That means if you simply place a low HP hero on your team to draw his focus with skill 1, you can protect your main damage dealer and give them the chance to strike back. Finding a hero with lower HP than your main DPS is much easier than finding one with higher attack, so this weakness makes sense for dropping Nightwing's rank. What still makes Nightwing powerful is his ultimate. It can keep chaining attacks until it finds someone who doesn't get defeated by it. On top of that, his high crit chance makes him very effective in combat cycles and still somewhat useful in PvP, unless your opponent uses a low HP distraction to block his strategy. As for Talia, she's a backline damage dealer, and her damage output is pretty strong. At first glance, she even deals
I am
more DMG
Talia.
than Constantine if
You
the
are
enemy has
nothing.
above 50% HP. This makes her especially useful when paired with AoE damage dealers. Personally, I love AoE heroes because they help wipe out enemies quickly. For example, I ranked Lex Luthor quite high in the past since his DMG was solid, but now with so many stronger heroes, I had to move him down. Still, you can actually combo Lex Luthor with Talia to wipe out the entire back row if your opponent runs 3 ranged heroes. Speaking of combos, I might make some dedicated videos about the best hero combos in the future. If you like that idea, feel free to drop a comment below the video. In Tier SS, there's only one small change. Deathstroke has been promoted back. After experiencing many tough battles, I can confidently say Deathstroke is a nightmare for many ranged damage dealers, myself included. For example, my Constantine
Deathstroke is
at 3 purple
here.
stars, fully
So
maxed in
bring the
force and
body
gear,
bags.
supported by Mara, Dr. Fate, and Raven, still couldn't survive against an opponent's Deathstroke at just 1 purple star. That alone proves how deadly he is, and I believe he deserves this spot more than Nightwing. Nightwing also has another drawback. After using skill 1, he moves into melee range to attack instead of staying back and continuing to pressure his target. This makes him less reliable compared to Deathstroke. Of course, you can still use both together to cover each other's weaknesses, but personally, I hate going up against a team that has both of them. Now, why didn't I lower Supergirl's rank? Even though she requires a lot of investment, and to reach her full DMG potential, she needs both
Everything's
time and
going to be
Krypton
okay.
energy. I still find her strong in many situations, especially when facing Deathstroke. Supergirl combined with Superman and Krypto can give your team a huge advantage. No matter how high an assassin's DMG is, they usually can't wipe out melee tanks fast enough, which allows Superman and Supergirl to survive long enough for teammate support. It's almost like a counter circle. Deathstroke beats Constantine, Joker, and Sinestro. They, in turn, can defeat Superman and Supergirl. but Superman and Supergirl counter Deathstroke. Counter Deathstroke. That's all for today's video. Don't forget to leave a comment to share your thoughts and help me improve future tier lists. I'm not the best player, I'm just an ordinary player like you, and this list comes from both my experience and your contributions. And remember, tomorrow I'll be announcing the giveaway results for the last 2 videos. If you haven't joined yet, hurry and check them out. As for today's video, I'll probably announce the giveaway winners in 2 to 3 days. Thanks for watching and see you next time.